As a Boise State Public Radio listener, we're inviting you to share your opinions about technology in our annual survey about how you use the radio, social media, smartphones, tablets, streaming, and the web to stay connected. We hope you'll find it to be an interesting way to reflect on your own changing habits. Please take a few moments to participate, and thanks for helping Boise State Public Radio plan for the future. Take the survey now at boisestatepublicradio.org.
It's the Connector, Idaho Daily News from Boise State Public Radio News. I'm Troy Oppie. Here are today's headlines. Fire officials on the Claremont fire in the Boise foothills have pushed out the estimated containment date by a few weeks. We hear from Ada County Sheriff Matt Clifford on a change to a new public alert system. And backers of two proposed ballot initiatives expect to hear today whether they'll make the November ballot. First this morning, Boise police say passers-by helped save a female victim from assault and kidnapping late Saturday on the Boise greenbelt. A woman's screams just before 11 p.m. on the north side greenbelt between the Broadway and Park Center bridges led witnesses to a man who had allegedly pulled a female into the bushes. Passers-by chased off the suspect, who was later found by police and identified as 26-year-old Javier Ortiz of Ontario, Oregon. He faces aggravated assault and second-degree kidnapping charges. Police in a news release say they've increased patrols. They remind greenbelt users to stay aware and alert on the trail, especially when recreating alone. The man charged with murdering a 25-year-old on the Boise greenbelt last week is being held without bond. Prosecutors say 41-year-old Ross Wardlaw ambushed and stabbed to death 25-year-old Jordan Harpst, who was traveling home on a scooter along the greenbelt early last Monday morning. Prosecutors said Wardlaw, who has been homeless for more than a decade, confessed to police, telling investigators he was paranoid that people on scooters were after him. He has a long criminal history, including several misdemeanor battery convictions. An Ada County jury last year acquitted him of assaulting another homeless man and threatening a shelter worker with a knife. Wardlaw was initially found mentally unfit to stand trial in that case and raised conspiracy theories while testifying in his own defense. He'll next appear in court on murder charges July 20th. Wildfire officials are reminding the general public to stay out of the closed fire area of the Claremont fire in the Boise foothills. That fire is 57% contained and now officially about 6,800 acres after more accurate GPS mapping. Fire crews are continuing burnout operations in some areas, but the estimated containment date has been extended to August 1st because controlled burns in some areas have been less effective than initially planned. That follows late June rainfall. Some public access to Bureau of Land Management land in the area is set to be restored today, according to fire officials, but the burned area will continue to be closed, and the public is asked to obey signage in the area of the fire and respect emergency closures. That fire has also increased the danger of unexploded ordnance in the old military training area. Sawtooth National Forest firefighters scrambled to contain a new blaze yesterday afternoon on a hillside directly above Lake Alturas. The Cabin Creek fire was reported about 1 p.m. Sunday and was receiving retardant and water airdrops within a few hours. The Smiley Creek Rural Fire Department undertook initial attack. Federal hotshot and hand crews will report to the fire today, according to a Forest Service social media post. The area north of that blaze, up to Pettit Lake, is currently under a Level 2 evacuation warning. That's the beset stage. The fire was estimated midday yesterday at 5 acres. Wildfires are, of course, more common in the summer, as is severe weather, missing persons, and other emergencies. Critical alerts help residents stay aware and safe. Ada County is updating its system that provides those alerts. Here's Chantel Ramirez-Sanchez with more.
The recent Claremont fire in the Boise foothills shows how emergencies, like wildfires, can occur at any moment.
We could also use this alert system for pretty much anything that rises to the level of an emergency where people need to know, like active shooters, missing vulnerable adults, those types of things.
That's Ada County Sheriff Matt Clifford. He encourages people to sign up now and not wait for an emergency.
It costs you nothing. And it is better for your safety and the safety of others.
Ada Alert, the new emergency notification system, replaces the previous system, Code Red, which had a data breach in December.
Last system, you had to create an account, and a lot of people are put off by that because they don't want to create an account with a company for a service that they're supposed to be getting for free.
Clifford says the new system is easier and faster for dispatchers to inform the public of critical information. Chantal Ramirez Sanchez, Boise State Public Radio News.
Wilderness outfitters will be allowed to use chainsaws to clear trails of downed trees in the Payette National Forest area of the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness. The new exception to the wilderness ban on motorized equipment is the same as what was granted to outfitters in the Salmon Chalice National Forest earlier this year. The Lewiston Tribune reports the request for chainsaw use came from the Idaho Outfitters and Guides Association. Chainsaws will be allowed in the two wilderness areas between January 1st and August 1st for each of the next 3 years. A group spokesperson says the exception was not a meaningful expansion of chainsaw use, but that the groups were also hoping for a similar approval from the Nez Perce Clearwater and Bitterroot National Forests for their regions of the Frank Church. Opponents of the move noted the decision happened without an opportunity for public comment. Backers of two proposed ballot initiatives expect to find out today whether they gathered enough signatures to qualify for the November statewide ballot. One proposal would return Idaho to pre-2022 abortion rights law, removing the threat of prosecution for doctors who provide abortions. That initiative is widely expected to qualify for the ballot. A second proposal would allow medicinal use of marijuana in Idaho. Supporters have said they are confident they've gathered enough signatures to qualify. The Secretary of State's office gets the last word. It is expected to announce its verification results today. Getting an initiative on the ballot in Idaho requires petitions signed by at least 6% of registered voters statewide. That's around 71,000 this election cycle, plus at least 6% of registered voters from 18 of the state's 35 legislative districts. There are multiple road construction projects of note starting this week with overnight closures. First, repaving of on- and off-ramps at the Franklin interchange with Interstate 184, the connector, begins tonight. Crews will do one ramp at a time, working between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. Detours for closed ramps will be onto Curtis Road. Interstate 84 between Black Canyon and the Oregon border will see overnight lane and ramp closures for 3 nights this week as crews work to chip seal the highway. That starts tonight in the westbound lanes at 8 p.m. And eastbound Interstate 84 between 10 Mile and Garrity will close overnight tomorrow night for restriping. Westbound 84 along that same stretch closes Friday night. Those are single-night projects. Traffic will be detoured onto Franklin Boulevard. In sports, Athletic Club Boise played spoiler this weekend, knocking off Upper Division Sacramento Republic FC 2-0 in the final USL Cup group stage match of the season. Sacramento had been in the driver's seat to advance out of the group stage of Cup play, and Boise could have advanced, if not for Spokane. Velocity FC Saturday got a win of their own. Spokane wins Group 1, advancing to the knockout round of the USL Cup. AC Boise will be back in action on the USL League 1 schedule this coming Friday, hosting Portland Hearts of Pine. Thanks for listening and subscribing and liking and sharing this podcast. That helps other people find it too. I'm Troy Oppie. Be back with you again tomorrow for another episode of The Connector. Make it a great day.
So you can't see this, but hopefully you can hear it. Behind every Boise State Public Radio podcast is a team working hard to bring you stories that matter. So if you value podcasts like this one, please support them. Hit donate at boisestatepublicradio.org. Thanks.